Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Walk the Dog Cast with Philly J. Wizzle. Um,
Good
Repping the merch
morning.
today. We got some G Squared Yo-Yos, we got some Banshee, we got some fresh hat.
That
Uh,
is a fresh hat.
Fresh hat, fresh stash. What you know about that?
The stash is looking good.
Well, thank you. My
Will
wife
it
has
will it
complained
grow
about it
longer
today.
for you and you can start to twirl the ends up, or
So
you pretty much keep it
mine
like
is
that?
like very thick.
Uh-huh.
Um, so it doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't poof very well. So it definitely could, I suppose, if it took long enough, but we only have a
I
couple weeks
don't
left.
yeah, I don't know if I could ever, well, maybe if I went a long time, like get the actual like twirl outs.
Hmm.
Mine just continues to get like longer over my lip.
Yeah, that middle section usually likes to grow faster, but
Hate
out here
that.
you could it would happen eventually. Like
You
start to
just keep
twist it.
combing it, putting a little
Yeah.
wax in it.
Um, all right, first things first. ATC Championship Saturday. Um, I was thinking about this as far as the spectators go. There is an aspect here that it's going to be fun if you know the competitors. It'd be a little bit less fun if you don't know anybody competing, but there is still a good viewing experience when we get to the finals. How ATC works, that when you miss a trick, you get a letter because there is a suspense of one, what's the random trick going to be for that round, and then will they hit the trick or not? I mean, it's there's not a whole lot to it. It's either letter or you hit the trick. So there is some good viewing experience to be had. Um, what are your thoughts on it? Do you know about it?
So when you say we get to the finals, what determines who's in the finals? Are there pre-rounds?
There's prelims, which is there's three tiers of tricks, three tricks in each tier. Each tier gets you a point if you hit your trick. We'll do 3 rounds. Whoever gets the top 3 point getters plus ties will make to the finals. So you'll pick when it's your turn and you want safety of an easier trick, you'll pick tier one. If you hit the trick, you get 1 point. Um,
So they pick their spread of like I want one tier two, one tier three, and
no,
then the
you're
tricks
gonna
within those tiers are random, or you have to
so
hit. You pick the tier, and those are your three tricks.
you pick the tier, and then what you get of those 3 tricks is random for you to get your point. But then we total the points, and then we go to round two for you to pick your tier. So you know, hey, I missed round one. Now I'm down on points. I have to go tier two or
Okay.
tier three for more points. So that aspect, there is some good viewing experience to be had. I think it'll be more enjoyable if you know any of the competitors, but I
Can
think the
you
layout
get
is enjoyable.
can you get a repeat trick, or if it comes up a repeat, are you gonna just re-roll?
My thought is if they already landed the trick, we would do a re-roll, but I think we're gonna go full RNG. So if you pick tier two, all 3 times you could get the same trick all three
Yeah, I mean
times
that
to
would
then
show
get
your
into the finals.
consistency.
Yeah, unless it's the only trick in the tier you can't get, then it's just bad RNG, which can happen.
Yeah.
Um, so I would say I'm looking forward to it a little bit. I wasn't happy about blocking off my Saturday afternoon for it because after I had scheduled it, somebody reached out to want to go golfing on Saturday. I was like, oh
You guys are golfing still? It's gonna be
man,
like
it's going to be
30 here
58
on
degrees on
Saturday.
Saturday. Might be the last opportunity to play golf.
Ooh, yeah, that's brutal then.
Um, but I don't know. I think it's a tough spot to ask because for the most part, I'm going to say ATC are adults. Where kids are all about it. Give me that weekend. I don't have school or whatever. But the adults, usually you have something planned on the weekend. And then also during the week in the evening, you don't want to stay up past 11 when you have to
Yeah.
wake up and go to work. So, we'll see how the attendance is for this. We stressed over the time of when the championship should have been for a good bit.
So competitors will be on Zoom, and this will be streamed via YouTube for the
Yeah, so
viewers.
I'll have this Zoom up. So it'll be like what this looks like right now, but it'll have everybody in. When a competitor's up to do their trick, I give them the full screen, and during the same time, I'll have YouTube streaming my screen. And if my
Mhm.
internet craps, then we'll postpone it till next week. No, I don't know what we'll do if my internet craps to trying to upload and be on Zoom.
Yeah, I know you might have to slip your local internet provider district manager a bribe.
Yeah, I need more upload speed or something
Yeah,
for the
bump
weekend.
up the speed for the weekend.
Um, I don't know. What do you think? When's the last time you did an ATC trick?
Like participated in a week of ATC or did
Yeah,
one of the
season
tricks.
preseason, or have you done any in
Yeah,
season one?
preseason. I
Preseason,
didn't
we
do it.
both fell off, dude.
Yeah, the fall off of toilet circle needs to be studied. One for the ages. But the as far as like doing the tricks, I do them frequently.
The ATC
A
tricks?
lot of them. Yeah, I mean a lot of them got just brought into the repertoire.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have anything else on it. I'm excited to see what happens. Excited
How
to
many
see how the
people we
viewership
got?
is for the ATC. I don't know. I mean, I'll find out Saturday when they pop in that Zoom link.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah. Um, Black Friday is upon us. Did you know that?
Excuse me?
Black Friday, it's apparently been here. It started this week or
Oh,
last week in the
back in
yo-yo
my
world.
day, it was one day, the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then it slowly, like it kept creeping up, right? Year by year, 6 a.m. doorbusters. You get to Sears, Toys R Us, Best Buy. And then a couple years more, it's like 4 a.m. We're opening 4 a.m. this year for the doorbusters. Get to Kohl's, get your
Yeah,
$2 blanket. Um, Then it was like 2 a.m. Then it was like we're opening at midnight. And
yeah,
then it was 8 p.m. on Thanksgiving. And then COVID hit. And the only good thing to come from COVID is it reset all the Black Friday sales in stores, right? So they're
yeah.
like, all right, we're not working on Thanksgiving and we're doing normal hours um, on Black Friday. But also, it killed some of those hours. Have you tried to go to a grocery store at weird hours?
I'm always going to the grocery store at weird
Well,
hours.
our Giant Eagle doesn't open up at 6 a.m. anymore, which is like our local grocery chain. It's
Oh,
like, oh,
really?
I'm up at 6 a.m. But yeah, so it got rid of all those wonky hours and really condensed things back. But
I
um,
almost I almost got into it with a store employee recently. I needed a thermometer and it was like 10:45 p.m., right? So I run into town and like Walmart's the only one open. They close at 11, so I'm like, okay, I'm here just in time. I'm gonna run in, grab the thermometer, and I'll be out.
yeah, it was locked up, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the guy's like, no, we stopped letting people in at 10:40. And I'm like, so are you open until 10:40 or are you open until 11? I was like, I see people in there shopping still. Like, I'm gonna be done before them. And he's like, no, I can't let you in. I was
Just need
like,
a thermometer.
yeah, like, so I don't know. I was out of luck that time.
Wait, you didn't go in? They didn't let
No, he
you?
wouldn't let me in.
You didn't ask to see the manager and say, my name is Karen Jenkins?
Well, so like a couple plazas up, there was the supermarket was still open also until 11. And I was like, there's no way that they're also gonna be like sticklers and not let people in 20 minutes before. So I was like, well, it's now or never. I gotta like speed over to this one. And I got
You
there at
should
like
have faked him out. You should have
10:55.
acted like you were turning around and then snuck by him in the
Yeah,
door.
just well, it was like the glass doors and they were closed. I thought you were gonna say I should have just drove through them, but
Oh, no. Give him a little juke, break his ankles, slide in the door.
yeah, I was like,
Um,
yeah.
No, I don't think I've had that type of experience. But what I was
Oh,
getting at was was Black Friday in the yo-yo world. Have you been on the Instagrams?
No, but I've gotten it for other things. Like,
Somehow
I
Yo-Yo
mean, it
Factory
makes
put me
sense.
back on their mailing list. Unrelated, but related because they sent me their Black Friday stuff. Like what'd they do? They resubscribed all the unsubscribers.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody subscribed you recently.
No, that's also D-bag move. Um,
Prank. That's a good one, dude. You got like a petty argument with somebody, just sign them up for like mailing lists.
every time you go to a website, it's like,
Put
do
in
you
your
want a
email
special
address.
prize, 10% off, per your email?
Yeah. Do it at all the sketchy ones that you know are selling the email addresses to other
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah. But you're gonna put your email in to get free shipping. But yeah, so Black Friday already started, and I was just kind of curious on my end, trying to understand like so they're doing mystery boxes of, I call it dead stock. You can call it whatever you want. Stuff that hasn't sold throughout the year that you need to empty out. So that's usually what goes into a mystery box for stores, yo-yo and non-yo-yo related. So, um, my thought is that they're doing it earlier and earlier because they're thinking if I'm the first one to do it, more people will buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the general mindset of like retailers is like we don't want to, it's like what you said, like do it earlier so you're not competing all at the same time with everybody else that's doing sales.
Hmm.
So like the consumer, us, can spread out our purchases and still purchase more because everything's on sale.
So do you think that you would buy something that's in a Black Friday sale right now, 2 weeks early, um, and then you also buy again on Black Friday?
Yeah.
Or okay, so you think that,
Well, as like me being like the general average consumer. Whereas like
so,
if everything was just on Black Friday, like I might take my money and only be able to buy from like one thing. You know what I mean?
okay, so
By
you're looking at it
broadening
as
it,
you,
they broaden the pool of funds that they potentially have access to.
yeah, so you're saying you have $200 right now, and then I'll get paid again before Black Friday, and I'll have another $200
Mhm.
instead of the idea that Black Friday is coming and that's what I'm going to save my money for.
Yeah, I mean stuff comes up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you see a Black Friday sale now. Are you more likely to get it because it's the first Black Friday sale, or you're like, nah, like I'm waiting for to see all the deals?
Me personally, I am not likely to get it by it being sooner.
Well,
A,
so
because
that's
I'm a
what I'm thinking is that
procrastinator,
the
and
the
B,
companies are
because I feel
thinking you're
like,
more likely to get it when it's if you're the first one because you're just going to hop on it because it's the first one, but I don't think it actually plays out that way.
yeah, I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm gonna wait anyways, because I think that the Cyber Monday type deals are better.
Okay. But see,
But
you
also, I
already
don't like buy a lot of gifts anymore.
for yourself.
Well, I just make stuff for people.
The man gets free herdsmen. What else would he want?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kind of curious on the what do you call it? The psychology of it, the
Yeah.
thought process, like, or is there another aspect that they're like, all right, I'm gonna try and sell these first, and
Hmm.
the ones that don't sell, I'm gonna repackage in a different mystery box on Black Friday with different marketing, different pricing to try and sell. Like it's
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're,
get out of jail free. Like, uh-oh, these mystery boxes didn't sell, but I get actual Black Friday coming up, so I can try again.
yeah, maybe they're doing like, so say if their standard Black Friday markdown was like 40%, right? Maybe they're marking it down 30% right now and saying, "Oh, Black Friday starts November 1st."
Hmm.
And then when actual Black Friday rolls around, they're like, "Oh, we got this amount that didn't sell. Drop it down another 10% and let's get what we can."
Yeah, because you don't have that necessarily that next sale day then, like before the end of the year, like to get rid
Right.
of that stuff that hasn't sold. Didn't sell in the sell, didn't sell normal, didn't sell the first mystery box. You want to have that backup plan of a second mystery box?
Yeah, you got so the last sale day is like what people should be doing is like shipping cutoff sale. Oh,
Yeah,
last chance to get it before.
dude, I'm gonna have a shipping cutoff mystery yo-yo.
Yeah, do it like 2 days ahead of the shipping cutoff so you can like get it
I sh
actually out.
Yeah. Yeah, I should say like I'm mystery boxes are not all bad. It's a way to get products, items at a cheaper price. Um, but as the consumer, you should know that most mystery boxes are the items that didn't sell, and so you have a good idea what you're getting. Um, and I do mystery yo-yos, and I will for the Week of Wonders, but it's
You
not
said doo
something
doo.
that's sitting in the store right now that hasn't sold. Um, it's like we did the trick or treat was stuff that newly released AL7 evolutions. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't stuff that hadn't sold. It was just let's have some fun for Halloween. Send out some treats.
Yeah. You said doo doo in there. Just want to let you know.
That's better than 6, 7. I don't know. Your wife probably hears that. You probably haven't heard. Your animals don't talk to you.
I see it on yeah, I mean I see reels and whatnot of like our generation not understanding it.
Hmm.
And so like that's why it's in my brain. And
Yeah.
then somebody on a show we were watching or something said 6, 7 and I did it and she's like, stop it right now. It's
It
like
is. It's pretty annoying. Uh,
yeah.
I mean, I have 3 kids, so they'll run around just anything 6, 7, and and it makes
Yeah,
them so happy.
I don't understand it at all, but you know, there's worse things.
Okay, yeah, I know. I like talking about the business side of what I'm curious a consumer would see, what I think on the business side of, different sales or whatnot. Um, I don't know.
I
There,
got an idea
there's
for a mystery box. I'll tell you about it off the pod
why off the pod?
that people don't know what's going to
You
be in
already
it
gave me the
potentially.
idea of a cutoff sale, like
Oh yeah, that's
last
fine.
day
But
to ship, December 15th, the store is shutting down until January 1st. If I
yeah,
have anything available. I have a good so last year Week of Wonders came out of nowhere, just like what I had. This year Week of Wonders was planned for. So that's enjoyable.
you know what I'm wondering?
I don't know. I don't know when they're coming.
What the Herdsman T52s for Week of Wonder?
I was just thinking the regular AL7 herdsman stock.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Maybe
Yeah, I
Week of
mean
Wonders.
I'm always wondering that, but
Um
luckily I got stock to
I
rotate
don't
through.
think I don't think the herdsman could get the T52 treatment. If the herdsman went wider, and you can't really go a wide rim, it is. I think the AL7 herdsman is really
Goaded.
it is like the best evolution of the herdsman. Like you could do the titanium stainless steel route. Um,
No, I want Herdsman TIBR.
yeah, so stainless steel and BR rims, whichever one. You could go that route to see how it is. I don't. It's not going to change the play a ton based on the weight distribution, but you would still get that feeling that you get with the TIBR Banshee. It's just magical.
And
Like
that look.
like you just feel like you're better than everybody else when you hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could get that with a TIBR herdsman, but I don't think it makes sense for the herdsman to go wider or more
I
rim
don't even
weight,
know what the
honestly.
width is, honestly.
Hmm?
I don't even know what the width is. I don't
That's
know
the
the
way we
width of
like it. You
any of
don't need to
them.
know the specs. You just need to know it feels right.
Yeah. That's the tagline
What were
for
you
the
actually wondering? Was that what it was?
yeah, no, well it was a joke because I was gonna say I'm wondering what people are gonna think of the Herdsman T52 that they get
Hmm.
in Week of Wonders.
Yeah, I mean, it could be coming. Um, Yeah, I guess machine shop, like we could talk about that issue. The machine shop
One for them.
issues. You got the boss calling?
No, I was trying to make sure my
Oh.
thing stays green.
Just so the Allegiance, the loadout 2 was the first culprit. Um, and it just took forever to get fixed. For some reason, the proto was fine, and then the machine shop tests the parts coming off every however many. So I don't actually know. I should probably ask them how many they test, like after how many parts they put together and test the rolls to see if they're still
Mhm.
coming off right. Um, but the loadout 2 was having all kinds of issues. So it took an extra 2 months to get this thing sorted out between adjustments to the design and proto, um, and then trying to get my other projects that I needed done as well. So filtering in my machine time for this loadout and the other stuff that I need done. And then that's coming back to fruition with the Allegiance with the rims right now. Um, 8 different versions, very minor changes because I don't want much to change from what was set up on the pre-order. Um, like the loadout 2. Those changes were so small from the proto you wouldn't even know, which is ideal. But I don't understand. They don't understand why the machine is was acting the way it was acting. But that's the same thing right now on the Allegiance with the rim fitting. So the rims are being adjusted multiple times, and that's eating up all my machine time. Is what I meant to get to for other projects as well.
That's
But yeah,
tragic.
that's where AL7 herdsman came and died. Um, because of the priority ranking I gave it.
It
So it's
happens.
not just a disappeared into the abyss. It just I get so much machine time and I have to prioritize certain things.
Don't let Jake lie to you guys. I specifically asked him to delay the AL7 herdsmen so I could create scarcity of them.
Yeah, but it's been delayed so much that people now have forgotten about how good it is. So there's a fine line, and we went over that line, right?
Yeah, we crossed it.
Like at
Live
this
and learn.
point, it's just look like a retired model that has been long forgotten,
That's
only
fine.
for
I
your
mean, that just means it's
ancestors.
ready for the brass treatment.
Week of Wonders, brass treatment.
I'm just hoping we get a I don't know what it's called. The clear with brass colorway. Is it always called vintage?
Antiquity? No, that was not that.
So
I called the original one vintage because it was like a raw. Um,
the Elite.
Foundry is the gray.
Yep.
I don't
But
know.
so like I had a clear Arbiter, OG Arbiter,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't know what I called
AL7.
that.
And then there's the Banshee SS,
Yep.
clear with gold.
Yeah.
Gold SS.
Yes.
That one's classy looking.
Yeah. Not my favorite colorway, so that's why we don't see it very much.
Shame.
So the Nebula, you see those bad
Oh, those
boys?
Nebula 1.5s, bangers.
I'm gonna take a second to show these off, and I'm sh dropping it 2 banger colorways today. So the store is gonna break. I don't know how to else to
Oh,
describe it to you. The store is going to be broken. So just stick with it and hopefully you get one.
that a Mystic Shrewood?
That is not because that is a unicorn storm. Mystic Shard has the black instead of clear.
Mm,
Um,
yep.
but that's the unicorn storm. Rainbow rims for the first time, trying that out on the Druid. So both colors have a huge demand on them. Uh, so the website's going to have issues. You don't get the yo-yo until you check out. So keep trying. It's going to be frustrating. I apologize for that, but I didn't want to do a lottery. So that's why we did 2 yo-yos instead of just the Nebula Mongoose 1.5. Um, but the third thing that popped up, did you see these over in the Super Bowl chat?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Carbines?
yeah.
Carbine? How do you pronounce it?
Carbine. I call it Carbine. But these were a Super Bowl from the Eagles last year. That's the way projects run around here. Usually pretty
Is that a
tight.
6 or 7?
This is a 6. But
My
that's what I've been
carbine
working on
is
this week.
like a dark. gray color.
One of the, oh, actually, that might be a proto.
I think it is.
Yeah, I like, I don't know. I go back and forth. Like, as far as like carrying a yo-yo, I kind of like carrying a solid color yo-yo. But I love the splashes and colors on the display.
Yeah, that's true.
So I go back and forth between those two things. For the most part, I think that G2 fans like colorways that pop and are a
Yeah,
little bit crazy.
yeah, agreed. You know, it's a good yo-yo to carry. Speaking of that, like as like your pocket yo-yo is the Rescue.
Hmm. Somebody brought that up on
It's just
the thread today for most.
underrated.
Yeah.
That
But
it only had one comment on it when I saw that thread, so I don't know what else has been mentioned, but somebody said the Reaper.
yeah, the Reaper had a few. I'm in the process of, so the Reaper came up on this because that was the yo-yo that was being
It's the
designed
OG
when I started Patreon.
proto, yeah, proto
And
mishap yo-yo.
so like as a 5 year anniversary for that, I started messing with a stainless steel version. And then that evolved into trying to get a dual shipment for Patreon for 2 months, one yo-yo. So then that has turned into, I think I've designed it, I'm prototyping it. I want to test the proto first, but before I commit to it. But I think that that's going to turn into a titanium Reaper shipment.
Cool.
So that fits nicely with the underappreciated. What underrated? So my comment on the rescue though was there's just not enough out there for it to be properly appreciated, which is
Yeah.
what I run into with those limited designs.
Is that done?
Yeah, so that was a one-time run. There's some
Oh,
available for
tragic.
customs, but one-time run just for a Patreon shipment.
Oh no, that trashes my hopes of getting a Nebula rescue someday.
I mean, they're in there in the customs, but yeah, that's kind of like it's set up in a way that Patreon shipment members get something special.
Hmm.
Um, but then it kind of takes away from the luster of that yo-yo because not as many people try it and can talk about it. You know what I mean?
Was there a lot of change from the proto of that one to the finished product?
I
Like those
mean,
green
I'm
protos
not
that you
sure if I
dropped?
would call it a lot. There was a little bit.
I like that green.
That
I'm
was a
trying to
good green.
track
Like that is the ideal
track one of those
green.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jinx. Um, we're gonna hit Thanksgiving's foods with Matt. So you got anything else? We went over the things I wanted to talk about today for the pod.
Um, I thought there was more on the list, but
Well, that was chemtrails being proven true.
oh
That
yeah,
was mostly just like a joke for you. Did you look at
conspiracy
it?
theories.
Did you look at it?
So yeah, and I found that it's fake.
It's true
It's true what? That it's just
that the
water
government is
vapor?
engineering weather and putting chemicals in the sky.
Cloud seeding is real, but that is not what chemtrails are.
What are chemtrails? Don't tell me vapor crystals.
Yes. No, so actually we almost got into my conspiracy theory that I wanted to bring to the pod,
Well,
and it
you
is
can bring it to the pod. Can you test your soil for me?
test
And
my
then
soil.
yeah, and then
See, I got good soil.
right, because you don't live by an airport
I mean, I live like
where they're jumping aluminum in your
a
so that
half
you can
hour
only
from
use
an
GMO
airport.
seeds.
What am I testing for?
Metals.
Okay.
But you need to test it now and then after like once you
A
start
plane
seeing
goes
like
by.
chemtrails. You ever
Um,
well, so when you were looking at the chemtrail info, did you see some of those flight plans that like go over the cities like back and forth?
no.
You didn't see those? You didn't go deep enough.
I didn't. You can find stuff to support whatever you want. I did not go into it with like, oh, let me find resources that allude to chemtrails being a conspiracy. I just looked at like info.
Yeah, what info?
on what is actually in them. And it's just like water vapor.
Based from who?
The airplanes,
Yeah, who says that though? Like that it's water vapor crystallizing.
scientists,
Which scientists?
I don't know their names. Which
Exactly.
scientists are saying that they're doing this to, what did you say they're doing? Control the weather?
Well, they're controlling the weather, but more so the chemtrails may or may not have aluminum and different poisons in them. And the chemical that is used in warfare to get whatever they're going to spray the opposing team with.
What do they have to gain from this?
I think it has to do, well, one with the GMO, the so that your soil is ruined and only GMO crops can grow. And for your population to be sick and infertile and
Infertile.
yeah, so population control and for you to be sick and need to survive with different um, pharmaceuticals.
So so it's big pharma and big GMO are doing
I
chemtrails.
I don't know that it's just them, but they play a little part, but I also think that there's people further up the chain. So what's your conspiracy you want to talk about? But I was not ready to present chemtrails to you to see if you believe it or not. So that didn't count as my go.
Well, you steered us into chemtrail territory.
Oh, I just wanted to
My
ask you.
conspiracy that we were like tangentially adjacent to is global price fixing conspiracy.
Okay.
And it kind of lines up with this whole Black Friday mindset of like, let's make Black Friday a month long. All the prices are connected on a lot of this stuff. Like phone companies are
Yeah,
all working
why
together.
is that? Why is it cost the same no matter which carrier I have?
Well,
Unless I
that and
rotate
also
every year.
like an iPhone versus um Galaxy or a Pixel, like $1,500 for a phone. Let's get real here, folks. Um,
Well, okay, I want to understand what you're trying to argue for or against for this. Like,
so
well,
like
I don't no 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 no. You're presenting an idea. You don't have to be for or against it. That's where I want to be.
I'm
Um,
against it as a concept, but I believe that this is occurring.
so you're
That
presenting the idea that items are price fixed in a way
like
that we say is
even
not allowed
though
in the free market.
even though these companies are competitors in the market, they are collectively, and it may be unspoken and just kind of intuited, like
Yeah.
if we all raise our prices, nobody's going to have a choice but to pay this high price and we can all get rich no matter who has what market share.
Yes. So what's what are the
Cars,
specifics? Cars,
phones, gas prices, like all these oil, like the upper
refinery,
oil, yeah, like Gulf or Exxon or whoever, like
the
they're
Saudi.
all just kind of like, well, if we all start to get in an actual price war of lowering our prices, it's going to be a race to the bottom and we're all going to be out. So we all just kind of continuously raise our prices and maybe drop a little bit
All right.
microscopically
I
here
ha
and there.
this is hard um like as a commodity because you there's no difference between your Exxon and your Gulf gas. So
Hmm.
this is a little harder for me to get on board with. Um, you know what I mean? So that like there could be like Gulf is
I'm
only
not
willing to
saying like,
operate if they're making so much per gallon. And
well, I'm not
Exxon's
saying
almost the
like
same.
price fixing in the sense of like you can drive down the street and like, there this gas station is like $3, this one's, $2.99, that sort of thing. But like the companies that these gas companies are getting their like barrels and barrels and shipments of oil from,
Yeah.
I think they're all working together.
The companies that are selling the barrels?
Hmm. To the gasoline manufacturing companies.
Okay, so
Is
the
it
crude
manufacturing or refining?
refining. Yeah, so you get oil to the refineries, and there's like big refineries and that like you get the oil down this pipeline that hits the refinery in Milwaukee or um whatever. But so you're saying the actual raw material is price fixed.
I think it's happening at multiple stages of the game, but yeah.
But so what would be the determining factor there for it to be price fixed as far as like, yeah, we're not racing to the bottom, but there's still a bottom that they've all agreed is the bottom that's not the bottom? Or,
Yeah, like I think sorry, I'm like forgetting. Um no, I think they're just kind of like it's like a handshake thing, like, you know, we'll all just kind of keep increasing prices and nobody's gonna have any ability to not pay this high price.
yeah, because it's something you have to have and you have to use. And the ease of entry that there's not somebody, nobody can just be like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to pop up a new um, drilling
Yeah,
company for the most part. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's where you're at, is you're saying
But even
there's
if there's like,
six suppliers of crude oil and there's
yeah,
a
crude
floor.
oil, that's the word. The crude oil suppliers are working together to, you know, just make it cost more.
Well, yeah, so like the Saudis are the richest people in the world because they control the oil. Yay, nay. So you're saying that them and then whoever owns the Alaskan pipeline, like the crude oil going in there, they both have agreed that I have to make this amount. Like there's an actual floor to break even. Then there's another floor that's like, hey, this is where I want to be. So we're not going below that. And then we've also agreed that we're just going up 8% a year. And then we'll fluctuate up and down so it doesn't look like that
Yeah.
over the long term.
Yeah. And then
All right, I
now I'm
need a
getting
better
all too
example.
deep
I
into
don't
it.
think it's happening because when somebody gets mad at the other family, they do decrease the price to move more and cut their demand.
Yeah, that's fake though.
Maybe.
That's just to throw us off the scent.
So you think it works for phones?
Everything, dude.
So you think it works for yo-yos?
No, well, no, but
But it could.
everything where there's like a core um small group that controls a lot of the market
Yeah, so yo-yos,
type deal.
the ease of entry is too easy, and that's why you have a lot of like budget brands that
Mhm.
will make yo-yos and it's not a sustainable business, right? So you make a run of yo-yos and try to break even, where you don't have that in phone manufacturing or car manufacturing.
Yeah, cars is another good example.
But the cars doesn't make sense to me because of how much money like the moat is there, but Tesla broke in and then Tesla didn't play by the rules and made a cheaper car.
Did they? I thought Teslas are pretty expensive.
So their first couple cars were like high performance, but now they have the two most selling cars in the United States because it's like cheaper than
Well,
a
I mean,
Camry.
Elon was rich to begin with,
But yeah, so what does that have to do with Teslas? So he didn't care
so
about
he was
making a
able
higher
to bridge
profit?
that barrier to entry.
Well, I mean, it's still up to your Tesla shareholders because that's your mission statement from public companies is make the most money for
When did they go
shareholders.
public?
Tesla?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
20
know?
years ago? I don't know.
Oh, really?
No, it
I
wasn't
don't
20
really
years
know too
ago,
much about
2012
Tesla.
maybe. They almost went bankrupt.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Tesla, but like, so if you think about like General Motors owns like, these
So
four
Stellantis.
car makes, you know,
Stellantis owns GM, Jeep, Chrysler.
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's even worse than
You
I
didn't even make it
thought.
up all the way up to the big conglomerate.
Well, I didn't do any research on car brands,
Okay.
but
What was the examples of your specific when you were researching this price fixing?
well, I didn't like
It was
come
just it was
prepared
just
with
popped
like
up as the idea of price fixing on like I mean so let's say I don't know how much video game consoles go for now, but like when Xbox came out and PlayStation they come out at the same price. Like you're saying like why
yeah.
does that
And
happen that
who
they're at the same
agreed
price? They
that
both don't cost the same,
right?
but what they're trying to find is what the consumer will pay. So you're saying
And they
they're
determined
fixing it based on consumer practices instead of actual cost?
well, and they know that like they can put it at whatever price they want and people are just gonna buy it. Like who was the one that determined well, I don't even know what a new game costs these days, but like who said, all right, games are 60 and no matter what platform, what game company, pretty much, like they're just all 60.
Yeah.
Even though like, some of these games are made on a lower budget in theory, even if they wanted to hold the same margins as some of these other games, like they could charge 30 or
Yeah,
whatever.
right. Yeah. I got you. So one game took 3 years to make and it's $60. Another game took 6 months to make and it's $60. I think games might be up to 80. But no, I understand what you're saying there. And that's I don't know that that is uh
Like, is it just Microsoft saying you want to sell an Xbox game? It's got to come out at 60. Nintendo
it
saying you
could
want to sell
be.
a Switch game? It's got to come out at 60.
That it could be, but my factor is like because all three are 60. Doesn't matter which platform. Like why couldn't one platform have been, 50 just to
Yeah, like
encourage you to buy theirs instead?
why wouldn't a Switch game be like a decent amount less than like an Xbox or PS5 game?
Because all of the games you're not actually paying for any of the physical property part of it. So why would a Switch game be less?
Because the Switch like processing power and graphics and stuff are like just inherently less than the
So that would be the Switch is less.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, I think the Switch is less.
For like a game.
But the games are all the same, but why would the game be less? Because the game doesn't have anything involved with the processing power. It
So
still have the
like
same development.
if I buy the new like FIFA, I'm paying 60 whether it's Switch or Xbox,
Yeah.
even though the Xbox is going to be a
So I
much better
actually think what
performing
happened there
game.
is FIFA, whoever owns FIFA makes the game price and then they keep it the same across platform. Doesn't matter even if you buy PC, they keep it the same across platform. So that's FIFA. But my issue is that EA Games, whoever, Microsoft,
Activision,
Thor,
Blizzard.
Halo, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, all of them came to the conclusion that 60 is the game price.
Yeah. So even though they're competitors, like it's like a new Halo and a new Call of Duty come out same time. Halo could price theirs $10 less.
Yes.
There's other factors that's going to determine like how many people buy Call of Duty versus Halo, but the
Yeah,
ten
if
dollars
you're if
less,
$10 less, I'm gonna get Halo first or whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
But they don't do that,
but I don't know
to my
why.
knowledge.
And I don't know that it's a price fix.
Seems a little suspicious.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm on board. I think that's just a company sees what the consumer is currently paying, um, and will go there unless they want to disrupt the market to gain market share and go less.
But they charge as much as you can get.
But then there's the same aspect that as soon as somebody else increased their prices, would everybody follow suit? That's where I think you would see it.
Yeah, and like who has determined at what point games changed from 40 to 50 to 60? Obviously inflation and value of currency over time, but they all
Well,
just kind
and
of
they
like,
also should cost less to make a video game because it's easier,
yeah, lower barrier to
right?
entry for game
So
design these
inflation
days.
shouldn't have hit that way. But yeah, games went up. I don't know who the first was to get do. I think they're at $80, and I don't know if everybody will follow suit or did follow suit. But that would be interesting. But to yo-yo, the cost of entry is a lot different. But that is an interesting take, because somebody that shouldn't be named remain nameless. They were talking about yo-yo recreation in their prices and how much more they prefer to have a G2 and why don't I charge those prices? And then you would get into the idea of, well, did Jake talk to Yo-Yo Recreation and they decided this is the floor for a premium yo-yo and they're going to create that market? Or is it, oh, I know that the market bears a $179 monometal solid, so I can increase my price. So I don't know if there's a backdoor deal or if they just see what the market bears, and it's better for everybody if the market's always is consistently on board with the same price. Like if you know you're always gonna buy something and it's $50, like somebody else can hop in there at $50 and it just makes sense for you as a consumer, and it gives them an easy starting point as the brand. I need more information for price fixing to be on board.
I don't think we'll find like definitive evidence, but
I need like more specific items, I think, that would make me think about it.
all right. Well, so hopefully we can get Matt back on next week and we'll just come. I'll put a deck together.
Okay. A full,
And
wait, are you gonna go stay price fixing? I think I'm gonna do moon landing.
well, I don't know. I mean, I'll get into it, and if I find that I'm just being a skeptic, then I'm gonna ditch it.
Well, I think you should be able to present whatever you want to talk about without having to believe it or not believe it. I don't think your goal is to convert. I think it's to present the side and see if we can get the other people to say, okay, that makes sense. I could see it that way.
I'm gonna air it out, and if we find on the pod that it's debunked, then it's debunked.
Okay, so you don't want to present like flat Earth theory and go through the list of like reasons that people believe in the flat Earth. And
I'm
then
just gonna I'm
whether you
gonna
believe it or not, you're just presenting their side to see if we would say, "Oh, I can see that," or "I can't."
well, I mean,
You want to bring something to the table that you believe.
I could do whatever, but I think my initial thought was like I have this concept that I'm gonna believe in, and I'm gonna research and present the findings.
Okay, I'm
And
okay with that.
if through the course of my research and findings presentation, I find out that I'm just making stuff up, then so be it.
And so, are you going to present to the point that you realized, "Oh, this is wrong"?
Yeah, if it
Okay.
comes to that point, I'm not gonna hide.
Well, I didn't know if you were just
Like
going to scrap
I'm
the whole idea, and then we never knew that you believed in lizard people.
I've been wrong in public before. I'll be wrong in public again.
Yes, same. All right.
Uh,
Chemtrails on three.
no, price fix on three.
Price fix on three. All right.
Yeah, one,
One, two,
one,
three.
two,
Price
three.
fix.
Price fix.